Hey everybody, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. Before I started the video, when I was tuning into the energy, I was seeing a stone statue, and it looked like a guy sitting in a chair, and the first thing that came to mind was Washington DC when I was seeing that. So just to add that in here, it feels like this goes with whatever is going on. Today is August 18th. This reading will come out after August 18th, but that is the day that this is being recorded. We're starting off first with Three of Pentacles, and I'm also seeing Five of Wands. And Five of Cups. Straight away, what this is looking like, Three of Pentacles feels like an expectation that something is supposed to be running smoothly. But then Five of Wands can be telling another story that something isn't quite fitting, or something isn't really going together the way that one expected or the way one hoped for it to. And then sort of the feelings that surface when one's expectation ends up being misaligned with what's actually unfolded. It can be about the way that the energy ended up going. Yeah. Three of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. This is really wanting something to work out, wanting to be involved in a situation that's really working, where there are like good spirits, willingness, collaboration, those things. But then having Five of Wands, this can mean that maybe when it comes to what you want and what somebody else wants, or what others want, there can be a bit of a tug of war that's happening. Seeing Aries. Yeah, something is feeling like a bit much right now. So the context of Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is when something sort of takes a group effort or a partnership effort in order to get somewhere. So you can feel like this isn't just dependent on me and where I am. This is also dependent on whoever else is involved, whomever else is involved. Us ending over here with Ten of Wands shows that there's a lot of pressure upon something to work, and it can even just feel stressful, you know, like this is feeling exhausting right now. We're here trying to work together, things are supposed to get done, but I feel like it's taking a maximum amount of energy just to get something to work properly, or maybe even then that's not even enough. It can be that feeling that goes along with it. And then Nine of Cups feels like the vision of what you expected or what you wanted. And Five of Cups feels like the reality that is not totally aligned with what you envisioned for this. And we are also seeing Five of Wands, and we are seeing the Emperor here. And what this can mean is that what you are trying to do and what whoever else is involved in this is trying to do, you may be on like a bit of a different page. And what this can mean too is that I'm trying to work something out, I'm trying to figure something out, and I feel like there's a little bit of a, maybe it's bigger, maybe it's smaller. Five of Wands is going to be something that has to be worked out, because you can feel like things are not how they are supposed to be, or how I want them to be, or this is not going the way that I want it to go, or how I think that it should be going. What this means too with Five of Wands and the Emperor, when there is this thing that's being worked out, the suggestion is to be in the energy of the Emperor. The Emperor is you being in an energy where you're not going to give up on this. It feels like this is something worthwhile for you to be figuring out, for you to be participating in. It shows you're going to have to be strategic. Do not be reactive with this. You're going to have to be patient even when it's difficult, because you could be feeling impatient. You have to channel the energy of the Emperor. Strategic, disciplined self-control, trusting yourself, knowing when to compromise and when to negotiate versus when to put your foot down. It's those types of things. Because the Emperor is here, this feels like it's indicative of something within your life right now that you're involved in that holds significance for you. Because Emperor is you when you're involved in something that matters to you a lot within your life. And it looks like it may not only be on your terms. Three of Pentacles can indicate somebody else or other people being involved in this. And you may like, as the Emperor is coming out, maybe you like when things go the way that you want them to go, or you have a vision and you're like, it should be looking like this, but you're not the only one here with a vision. So it feels like something is being worked out about that, and it could be making it more difficult to work together right now. And you could also feel like, well, I wanted things to be like that. Now this is happening and it's not exactly aligned with how exactly I thought things were going to be when we're trying to work things out with one another. And then I'm feeling like a lot of pressure because of that. Or I'm having a hard time coming into the present moment because I still didn't get over the fact that this didn't go exactly how I wanted it to go. You know, or a way that's even like passable for what you wanted here. It can also feel like this is just requiring a lot of work right now, too. And it's something that there is an element of you being committed to this with the Emperor here, of I'm here and I'm trying to figure it out and give my best effort. But you can also feel like this is quite an exhausting process. You can also feel kind of spent emotionally. Like I had high hopes and now those hopes are not being met. And now I also have to deal with that too, the emotional backlash of that, while also still having to show up and put an effort in when it feels like it's exhausting me. And something feels like it's not even done yet, it's not even finished yet, like there isn't a resolution yet. But what it looks like is that there is going to be a resolution, because I'm seeing the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So this will indicate that with strategy and you being very deliberate about the moves that you make here, being strategic with the moves that you're making, that things actually will work out for you. Some of you, this is something that's going on within your personal life. It's kind of like a bit of a battle that you can be facing right now. There can be something very important that you're seeking for your personal life that you can feel like you're at the point of trying to work this out, but it can feel like, again, I'm putting in so much effort and this isn't at this point necessarily yielding the results that I wanted. But I get to that something having to do with expectations that you assign to situations, things about that can be coming to light. And it also feels too like you're being challenged to show up and to work something out. Like if you have said, I'm going to be here, and if bumps in the road come up, I'm going to have to try to figure it out or adapt to the best of my ability. It feels like that part is being tested, of when something's important to you, you actually showing up and problem solving, and also like giving things time to see what unfolds. And it also feels too like expressing how you're feeling is important as well. So that means you have to realize how you're feeling and then mobilize that, whether this just be you doing things that are coming from an open heart space, making moves that are coming from an open heart space, or you need to directly communicate with someone. And it also feels too like this is something that it's something that's unfolding over time, and so it may not be the most quick turnaround process. It can just be something that it's like a slow build in the direction of what you want. But what I'm seeing is that this does look like it's in alignment. It just feels like right now you can be going through a time that feels like you can feel like things are just generally difficult, actually. But because of the clashing, it feels like that's happening. But problem solving is going to be important, because it feels like it doesn't have to be so, it doesn't have to be so intense. It doesn't have to be so overwhelming, but you're going to have to actively problem solve. And I do feel for most of you, like communication is going to be a part of this. If there's another party involved, just in order for you to express yourself, how you're feeling, where you are with things, and there can be communication that's needed for there to be more figuring things out together. and finding a solution, because what I'm seeing is that you're able to move through this. This isn't a block that you can't get through. I'm seeing that what's going on within the energy is that if you do these things, you will be able to overcome this. But maybe you're at a point where you're just feeling tired, and wanting to tune in and be like, am I really supposed to be here doing this? You can be feeling anxious, but it looks like there's going to be a break that happens. Like something is going to come back into a space where it's going to feel more balanced, when maybe that hadn't been how things were feeling before. Something could have felt like it wasn't flowing properly, but it looks very much like you're going to soon be entering into a space where things are actually flowing properly. So I'm seeing this be encouragement for you to keep doing this if it's something that's worthwhile to you, and that this is not a block that's going to stop you. You will be able to work through this and move through it, and then it will be a thing of the past. Make sure that you are not pushing your feelings down about this. It means needing to express things that you are feeling, just so it can then sort of be back in the mix with everything else. Because if you're pushing things down, you're going to get stuck there, and then you're not going to move past that point until you come back and you integrate it. And so doing that is going to be really important here. And for some of you, it may be like, I need to tell them how exactly it is that I'm feeling, or that I'm like disappointed right now, or that I'm sad, or that I wanted this to work like that and now I'm frustrated. It feels like it's for the sake of communication, and to just like get your feelings out there. And it doesn't need to be like pointing fingers or anything like that. It feels more so from a place of just communicating how it is that you're feeling. So then a more strategic conversation can take place, where problem solving in a practical way can happen. Because too that when there are emotions that are repressed, stuff can start coming out and things can become illogical, and then it's very hard to navigate that with another person or with other people, because everybody is not seeing the same thing. And so being honest with yourself about how you're feeling and what's going on, and not negating those things, is going to be really important to the process, just for the sake of you expressing yourself and being true to yourself, how you're feeling. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.